So please ask if there are any questions. If not, you can try this one out. You can try the next one. In the last class we did two identities that were tan x is equals to sin x over cos x, and the other identity was sin square x plus cos square x equals to 1. So try to use these if possible, if need be. So one of the identity is going to be used in this second equation. So I'm giving you a minute, you can try it out. All right. So what is the first step that comes to your mind? 1 plus cos x is equals to,
You can take sine square x and change it to 1 minus cos square x.
yes. So from using this identity, if I want to replace sine square x, I can replace it with by 1 minus cos square x. So this will allow me to have only one trigonometric ratio in the entire equation. So 1 plus cos x is equals to 3 minus 3 cos square x. And then you can simplify this 3 cos square x plus cos x minus 2 equals to 0. What would you be calling this equation? What does this equation looks like?
Is it quadratic?
It's like a disguised quadratic. I call it a disguised quadratic because obviously it's not a quadratic equation, it's a trigonometric equation, but it's a disguised quadratic. You can replace cos x with y. Let's say you replace cos x with y, then it's going to give you 3y square plus y minus 2 equals to 0. This is a quadratic equation and you can solve for y. So what are the two values of y coming out?
It would be -3
Sorry, minus 1
and 2 upon 3.
right. So one of the value comes out to be 2 upon 3 and the other value comes out to be minus 1. So y was equals to cos x. So cos x is equals to 2 upon 3 and cos x is equals to minus 1. Now we are going to solve this equation and find the values of x from here as well as from here. So let's do this one first. Cos x is equals to 2 upon 3. So cos x is positive. Cos x is positive in the first and the fourth quadrant. So the basic angle are going to be these angle. If I find the basic angle, I have to take cos inverse of 2 upon 3. I'm writing a little bit small. So cos inverse of 2 over 3 comes out to be
48.18.
48.18. So it's going to be 48.2. So one of the angle of x is going to be 48.2 and the other angle is going to be 360 minus 48.2 because it's the angle in the fourth quadrant. So 360 minus 48.2 is 311.8 degrees. These are the two values from cos x equals to 2 upon 3. Then if I try to solve this, cos x is negative in the second and the third quadrant. If I take out the basic angle of by taking cos inverse of 1, that comes out to be 0. So that happens if the basic angle is 0, okay, and we know that cos x is negative, it's only negative in the third and the fourth quadrant. All right. So one
Yeah.
of the angle, this is going to be your angle. So x is going to be 180 minus 0, that is 180. So as you can see over here, you have three angles for this solution: 180, 311.8, and 48.2. I want you to note down the working and ask if you guys don't understand anything.
Sir, can I ask something?
Yeah.
Sir, in the part with the disguised quadratic, can't we take like cos common and make it cos x equals to 2 and 1 plus 3 cos x equals to 2? Like
No,
the
that
same
does
thing with
not
the
happen
sine.
because, yeah, that does not happen. Like you are saying that if you have this equation 2 3 cos square x plus cos x equals to 2, and you can take cos x common, 3 cos x plus 1 equals to 2, and you are saying cos x is should be equal to 2 and 3 cos x plus 1 is equals to 2. That does not happen. That's the wrong way, because
Okay.
we can only take make factors when it is always equals to 0. If it is not equal to 0, we can't make factors. Okay, so that's not the right, that is not going to be the right working. Okay, would you like to try one more question? Okay, try this one out. Are you done with the working, or can I move on to the next slide?
Yes, sir.
Renu, can I move on to the next slide? Okay. Okay, let's try this question as well. You have been given that f of x is equal to sine x for this domain, and g of x is equal to 2x minus 1 for this domain. And you are being asked to solve g f of x. Now, do you guys remember g f of x means a composite function in which f of x is inserted in function g. So if I write down function g first, g f of x is a composite function, which means in function g, I'll have to insert function f. Is this clear till here? Yeah, is this clear till here? Is my voice lagging?
No, sir.
No, sir.
Okay. So 2 sine x minus 1 is going to be equal to 0.5. Because g f of x was equal to 0.5, then 2 sine x minus 1 is equal to 0.5. And I just need to solve this equation. 2 sine x would be equal to 1 plus 0.5, which is 1.5. And sine x is going to be equal to 1.5 over 2. So sine x is going to be equal to 1.5 divided by 2, 0.75. Now sine x is positive, but please make sure when you are going to see the question, see the angle is given in radians. So you need to convert your calculators, change your calculator mode into radians. Does everyone know how to change the calculator mode in radians? Yeah, you guys know, right, to change the calculator mode in radians. So once you are done with changing the mode, you're going to repeat the same step. Sin x is positive in the first and the second quadrant. Find out the basic angle in radians. So sine inverse of 0.75 is going to come out as 0.848. Okay, and so this angle is 0.848 and that this angle is 0.848. Now, one of the angle for x is going to be the acute angle, and then it's going to be obtuse angle. The only difference in radians now is going to be that the one of the value is 0.848 radians, and the second value is going to be pi minus 0.848 radians. Because in radians, 180 degrees is equivalent to pi. So pi minus 0.848 is going to give you 2.2935, which you can change it into three significant figures. 2.29 radians. These are your working. Okay, but this should not be your final answer, because if you remember the concept of composite function, function f was being inserted in function g, and the domain of function f is restricted till pi by 2. Okay, pi by 2 means 90 degree. So if this is 0 and this is pi by 2, so the only angle that is acceptable between 0 and pi by 2 is the acute angle. So we are not going to worry about this angle. Okay, so the only angle that is going to be your final answer is going to be 0.848 radians. Is this understood? You are always going to check for the domain. Please let me know if you have any questions still here. Okay, Vina, is it clear now?
Yes, sir, it's clear.
Okay, now I would like you to try these one of the part. Try out this question. You need to solve sine x tan x equals to sine x for x greater than equal to 0 degree and less than equal to 360 degree. Okay, I'm going to pause over here, and I expect you to solve this. Have 2 minutes, think about it, and solve this. Let me know when you're done.
So in this, we can divide sin x by sin x to make it 1, right?
That's what we are not going to do.
Oh, okay.
Because if you do that, then you are going to miss on few angles. So it's always better to factorize this. Okay, take sin x to the other side and try to factorize this so that you don't miss on the angles.
Be 0, 180, 45, and 225.
Let me solve it and then we can compare our answers. Okay, so the first step is going to be you take sin x to that side and make it equal to 0, then you can take sin x common. Have you done this now?
Yes, sir.
So sin x is going to be equal to 0 and 10x minus 1 is going to be equal to 0.
Yeah.
So we are going to find the angles from here. So if you take sine inverse and do the same drill, you are going to get x as 0 and 360 degree. And then you can solve this 10x equals to 1. If you take find the basic angle, see 10x is positive in the first and the third. The basic angle comes out to be 45. So the value of x is going to be 45 degree
Yeah.
plus 225. So the four angles that we are going to look at is this and this.
Sir, how did you get 360 for the first one?
Yeah, sorry, it's going to be 180.
Oh, yeah.
180. ठीक है.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, please solve this. You
Okay.
need to solve these for x greater than equal to 0 and less than equal to 360 degree.
Okay. Sir, for the first one, is it 30, 150, 210, and 330?
Okay, let me solve this.
Okay.
So what is the first step that you have done
I put the 4 on the
over
right
here?
side, so it was 1 upon 4, and then I put
Yes.
under root on 1 upon 4.
Then, so did you get plus minus 1 upon 2?
Yeah,
Okay, that's good. So sin x is equals to 1 over, positive 1 over 2, and sin x is equals to negative
yeah,
1 upon 2. So you again you are going to repeat the same step. Sin x is positive, so the basic angle is going to be 30-degree, and one of the value of x is going to be 30 and 150-degree.
yeah,
Then you are going to take sin x as negative, so that's going to be down in the third and the fourth. The basic angle is still going to be 30-degree.
yeah.
So the other angles of x from here is going to be 180 plus 30, that is 210, and 360 minus 30, that is 360-degree.
Yeah.
These are the four answers.
Okay.
Right.
For the second one, I got 30.96, 210.96, 149.04, and 329.04.
Okay. So the first step is going to be 10 square equals to 9 upon 5, and
Yeah,
10x is going to be negative 3 upon 5. Then we are going to look for the basic angle. So the it should be in degrees, right?
yeah.
So 10 inverse of 3 upon 5. So basic angle comes out to be 21.80. Now you see 10x is positive 305 and negative 305. The ratio is same just with the negative sign. So if I can even draw the angles in the first, so 10x is positive in the first and the second quadrant and negative in the third and the fourth quadrant. So I know that the basic angle is going to be the same because of the value on the right hand side, that is 21.8,
Sir, the
21.8,
basic angle is
21.8.
coming to 30.9.
Oh, 10 inverse of 3 upon 5, right? 30.9. You are
Yeah,
right. So 30.96, 30.96, 30.96. Yeah. So the first angle of x is going to be 30.96. The other angle is going to be 180 minus 30.96.
Yeah.
The next angle is going to be 180 plus 30.96, 210.96, and 360 minus 30.96, 329.04. Okay,
Yeah.
these are the four angles.
Okay.
Okay, do this last question. 1 plus 10 x cos x equals to 2 cos square x.
Sir, what's the range for this one?
It's the same, 0 to 360 degree. Are you done?
Yeah, sir. Is it 30, 150, and 270?
Okay, let's try. So what is the first step that you did?
The first one, I'll just check. 1 second. I changed the 1 into cos square x plus sine square x.
Oh, okay. And then were you able to solve them? How
Yeah, I
did
was
you
able
get rid
to.
of this 10x?
I'll just check 1 second. Tan x I converted into sin x upon cos x, so I could cut off the cos x, so I was left
Yes.
with sin x.
Yeah. So I don't need to convert one, but I what I can do is I can convert 2 cos square x as 1 minus sine square x.
Okay.
So 2 minus 2 sine square x is 1 plus sine x. If I rearrange this equation, I get 2 sine square x plus sine x minus 1 equals to 0. Did you get the same equation?
So your screen's frozen. I'll just check.
The screen is frozen.
No, now it's fine.
Okay.
I got +1.
Mm, yeah, no, 1 minus 2. So I'm taking 2 on the other side. So it's going to be 1 minus 2 minus 1. If you solve
Uh,
this equation, you're going to get 1 over 2 sin x is equals to 1 upon 2 and
yeah,
sin x equals to negative 1. So
yeah,
from here, the basic angle is going to be 30-degree, and the value of x is going to be 30 and 150-degree. Sin
yeah,
x is negative, so 90-degree.
yeah,
And so, okay, so sine x is equal to negative 1. Now, where is sine x negative? In the between third and the fourth quadrant, and the
yeah,
basic angle should be 90-degree.
yeah,
So the correct angle is going to be 270-degree.
yeah,
So these are the three angles. Okay.
yeah.
All right. So in the next class, I'm going to start with trigonometric identities. Okay.
Okay.
Take care. Bye bye.
Thank you, sir.
You're welcome.